How does grace giving differ from Old Testament tithing? Imagine giving not because you have to, but because you want to. That's the heart of grace giving. It's a way of sharing that flows from love and gratitude, not obligation. Now, let's explore how it differs from the old way of tithing. In the Old Testament, people were commanded to give a tenth of their agricultural produce or income. This was a fixed amount set by law, meant to support the priests, the temple, and help the poor. It was a legal requirement, a part of their covenant with God, reminding them of His provision and their dependence on Him. Tithing was very specific, exactly 10%, and focused on material resources like crops and livestock. It was a disciplined act, often practiced out of duty or ritual. In contrast, grace giving is a New Testament idea rooted in the freedom believers have through Jesus Christ. It's not about a set percentage or legal obligation. Instead, it's a voluntary act inspired by the Holy Spirit. Grace giving is motivated by love, by recognizing how much God has already given us through His grace. It's about giving cheerfully and willingly, not out of guilt or obligation. You might give more or less depending on your circumstances, but the key is that your heart is in the right place. Another difference is the scope. Tithing was tied to agricultural and material resources, a specific portion of what you earned or produced. Grace giving can include any amount, whether it's money, time, or talents. It's flexible and responsive to how God leads you. It's often described as sowing bountifully and giving cheerfully, trusting that God will provide. The purpose of tithing was to support the temple, the priests, and social needs under the Old Covenant. Grace giving, however, supports the ongoing work of the church, missions, and acts of mercy. It reflects a heart that understands God's ongoing generosity and wants to mirror that in their giving. Finally, the attitude behind the giving is different. Tithing could sometimes be practiced out of routine or ritual, with little thought about the heart behind it. Grace giving requires a right heart, giving not because you must but because you want to. It's about worship and partnership with God, showing trust and love through your generosity. In essence, grace giving is about a personal, joyful response to God's grace. It encourages believers to give regularly and generously, trusting God to meet their needs and to use their gifts for His kingdom. It's a reflection of a heart transformed by the gospel, moving beyond duty into a genuine act of worship and love.